Hi everyone, it's Priya here from Up to Some Ink. Hope you're having a lovely day. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to show you how to make this fun shaker card. So we'll start off with a C6 card base, which is an A4 sheet of paper cut down the middle to make a top folding card. So I just match up my corners and then I flatten it with my bone folder. I don't know how my bone folder is covered in black ink, so I'm really sorry about it. So there's always two sides to every card base, thankfully. So if you smudge ink on the back like I did, you can use the front side. Okay, I'm using this set from Papertrey ink. I need some circles. I don't have any plain circles, so here's my little trick. I get a circular shaped stamp, and here you can see the front side of it is like a sketched circle. So if I ink that up and stamp it off, you can see that you get the normal stamped image, but I don't want a sketchy circle. I want a solid circle. So what I do is I actually turn the stamp back to front, mount it backwards onto the acrylic block, and when I ink up the back, then I get a solid circle. And so this is a really great way to stretch your stamps. You can get solid images by using the backs of your clear stamps. So here I've got 3 different sizes of circles, and I'm using them to stamp a kind of random dot pattern all over my card base. Now, I say random, but really there is a little bit of method to my madness. You kind of want to keep similar shapes within a triangle formation. So as you can see, those large teal dots, I've actually put them in a triangle. And, the smaller dots, you want to work with triangular shapes and odd numbers. And of course there with the yellow as well, I've done that. I've put them on and arranged them in a kind of triangle. So you kind of just work your way around in triangles and odd numbers and until you're quite satisfied with the arrangement that you've got. I saw this color combination on a card that Danielle Flanders made for Papertrey ink, and I just fell in love with it. So obviously it's a teal, an aqua, and a soft yellow with pops of black. And I thought, wow. So I thought that I would use that color combination on my card. Now we're going to make the frame for our shaker element. So I've got some gold foil cardstock, and I've got 2 frames here from a die set by Little Inca Designs. So there's the stitched rectangle frames, I think. I will have the correct description, the correct item listed in the description below this video if you're interested. They were probably one of the first stitched shapes to come out onto the market, and I got this die set maybe 2 years ago now. I love them. They're great for all kinds of things. So here I am. I'm lining them up really, really carefully on my gold foil cardstock because I want to cut out the big rectangle and then the littler rectangle exactly in the middle of that so that I end up with a frame. So now that I've used my post-it tape to secure everything down, I can roll it through the Big Shot without them scooting around in there while they're rolling through. So I know they're all going to stay together and give me a nice result. So roll it through, and there we go. We've got the solid shape in the middle, which you can use on another project, but what we're really after is this little frame. Okay, so now I've got a piece of acetate, just a scrap piece, and I'm lining it up against my shaker frame, and I'm going to get my little craft knife and just mark where on the acetate I need to cut down, because I'm going to cut this piece down to fit just inside the outside edges of that frame. Okay, so now I'm cutting it down using my paper trimmer, and people ask where you can get acetate from. You can get it from your local office store, but if you save packaging, even clear stamp packaging, you can use the acetate that you get from that on these shaker cards quite easily. I wasn't particularly careful and I almost smudged the glue into the window of this acetate piece. You don't really want that to happen because this glue actually dries not really matte, and so you would have been able to see it if it did smudge inside the window, so just be careful with that. Now I've got my sentiment, which is Make-A-Wish, which is the Make-A-Wish stamp from the Make-A-Wish stamp set by Mama Elephant. I thought that it would fit nicely inside this frame, and so once I decided on my placement, I'm just going to ink it up with Hero Hues black ink, which is a great ink for sentiments, by the way. Sometimes I use VersaFine, but I didn't want a slow drying ink, and VersaFine can tend to be a bit slow drying, even though it's brilliant for sentiments because it's so detailed. This one is not bad either. So I've just stamped it in that, and it was dry instantly. And so, yeah, now I'm going to think about where I'm going to place my shaker window. Now, to make the shaker window, you actually need to adhere the frame down with some kind of dimension so that whatever you put inside does have space to move around. So here I'm just attaching some foam tape to the frame, making sure that I stay within the frame area and I don't allow any of that tape to be seen inside the frame or outside the frame for that matter. So you've got to be quite discreet with it. Make sure there are no spaces or gaps between the pieces of foam tape, otherwise your sequins and things that you put inside will fall out. So here I've got some little flat gold heart confetti. I just found this at my local discount store. So just a few things. I'm not overloading this shaker. I'm not putting too many things in there because sometimes those things then, if it's too crowded, it tends not to move around quite so easily. So I've just put a little bit there. Now I just wanted to show you, I actually did go back and add another layer of foam tape because I did want a little bit more depth and dimension there, giving the confetti inside a bit more room to shake around more freely. So you could do that if you wish. And now, having peeled back all the backing tape, I'm going to stick this down, and that is it. Your shaker card is now ready with little confetti in there dancing around to make the recipient one very happy person. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. To see more, head over to my blog, uptosomink.blogspot.com.au, and yeah, get making some shaker cards. They're lots of fun for yourself as well as for the recipient. And once you start, you won't be able to stop making them. See you next time. Bye.